Hey everyone, today I want to do a review of this book by James Gurney and Thomas Kinkade, The Artist's Guide to Sketching. This is a reprint, expanded, and remastered edition. So a lot of the old work was rescanned and reorganized into this book. It was out of print, so it's a great time to grab it. I don't know if it's going to stay in print like Color and Light and Imaginative Realism for a long time. So definitely grab your copy if you are into this. This is my kind of alley. I love the philosophy behind this. This to me is a manifesto to go out, look at the world, and experience the world through drawing and painting. I think this should be read by everyone that wants drawing as a hobby, to understand what they went through and the approach to it, and inspire to do the same, or not, probably not to the extent that they did, but to experience the world, go outside. Don't just look at references in your home and everything. So if you have been here before on other reviews, you know I love reading table of contents. So he breaks down the book, or both of them break down the book into the experience of sketching. So the overall experience, coping with weather, sitting versus standing, dealing with curious spectators. If you've drawn anywhere, I went to the zoo a lot of times. So a lot of kids will ask questions and look at the drawing, sometimes even take pictures. Sometimes you are the exhibition specimen. So it's very interesting. So dealing with that, materials and your sketchbooks, pencil, washes, and everything. Achieving accuracy, more of on the approach and mindset behind the drawing. Capturing of motion and gesture. So training your memory. There's a great book on memory drawing as well that I'll have a review here on the channel. So getting it down fast, and there's a lot of these, especially for animals and people doing things. They have some examples of bowling and boxing and all of that. We're going to see that later on. Creating mood. So using thumbnails to understand what you want to convey with your image. Using your imagination. So exaggerate something, bring more elements, changing the context, changing the scale, anthropomorphism. If you've seen Imaginative Realism book, and I have a video, a book review here on the channel, you probably are having some correlation with that book, and seeing a little bit of a correlation with that, because it's a little bit of the mindset, but not getting all the way to the creative process. The study in nature is part of Imaginative Realism as well. And I love this. If you know my work, you know I love drawing animals and nature, and even going outside and doing that. Sketching people. So finding raw material, cartoon approach to characters, some grouping as well, and value grouping. We're going to see that. And exploring the man-made world, and sketching in your life, more of a philosophy, and sketching alone and with others, and all of that. To be completely transparent, I haven't read everything. I just received this book and I want to do a review on it, but I'm sure I'm going to learn even more when I take the time to read through the text. So do that. And it's an amazing little window into their life, and James Gurney especially, before everything, before being the painter of life and light, and before being the creator of Dinotopia. That's how James starts the book. So that's the little window that we're gonna have. I think he finished college or dropped out and went into a whole year, if I'm not mistaken, of sketching, and they created this book out of that experiment. So, but they wanted to live the life, drive around, sleep in the car, sleep in trains, anything that was possible to keep going the cheapest way possible to keep going and doing their thing. So you can see a lot of that in here. The introduction goes through each chapter, as we talked before, and goes a little deeper into the mentality behind it. And then they start with sketching, the sketching experience. So everything that we've seen before, sitting or standing, sketching at night, and the whole experience, dealing with curious spectators, and all of that. I love how Thomas Kinkade seems to be influenced by Andrew White. I don't know if that's true, if he used as a reference, but I get the Andrew White feeling from his work. A little bit of Winslow Homer as well, probably some of his influences. Materials, so the sketchbooks and pencils, pens, washes, and markers, everything they use and how they carried everything around. Achieving accuracy is more of a construction approach. If you've seen other book reviews here or other books in construction and perspective, it's a lot of these. Also, Urban Sketcher by Mark Taro Holmes and some of the Stephanie Bauer and other books on perspective for urban sketching will have an approach similar to this. So understanding large shapes and measuring all the lengths, finding the slopes and their comparison with verticals and horizontals. With that, you can construct the perspective and then like get more of the geometric forms and construction and complete your underdrawing or your final execution as well. It depends. You can go either in marker like this or just draw over it, use that as an underlay and draw over that as well. Or leave some part of that not rendered. I love this kind of results as well. You can see a lot of these in other books and a lot of artists use this kind of approach. Capturing motion, as we said, the bowling guys, moving water, animals. You can't freeze them in time, so you need to observe the motion, practice your memory drawing, get better at that, and learn more about the rest of the fundamentals, either form, anatomy, and construction as a whole, and lines, gesture, and so on. This kind of animation approach, I would highly suggest Walt Stanchfield's book on gesture. Though the two books are great. Also boxing, if you ever drawn in a fight or something like that, please let me know in the comments your experience. That must be nerve-wracking to put everything together. Creating mood, so understanding what you want to convey, the overall impressions and choosing your subject and doing thumbnails to how you want to portray your subject. This is great example of these. And if you've seen Imaginative Realism, definitely James Gurney goes into that really in depth. I'll add links to all his books and also my reviews in the description below as well. So great explorations. I love the Thomas Kinkade ones that I haven't seen before. I have seen a lot of the James Gurney ones from the web or from his other books, but Thomas Kinkade I'm experiencing for the first time. Imagination, so using what you're seeing and exaggerating that, doing a little bit of a caricature. To be honest, I don't like a lot of these. I think it's a little dated and it gets a little bit of a Andrew Loomis kind of feeling and editorial magazine work from the 50s onward. That kind of caricature, Mad magazine kind of aesthetic. I see a lot of that in this. Very editorial. So to be honest, I don't like that very much. I think it's a little dated, but it's one approach when you're looking at the world. You can exaggerate. I think this is the best point to make. Become more imaginative. Use what you're seeing and distort it. Take things off, change scale, change proportions. That will help your work a lot. Go into the direction that you want your work to go. It could be this Mad Magazine kind of aesthetics, but it could be anything else. If you look at a lot of people from the animation industry, they go out to sketch, to look at the world, to choose the colors, to change the colors of everything, to change shapes, proportions, and so on. So sketching nature, once again, I get Andrew White feelings from this. Great references. I think this is on imaginative realism as well. But I love these drawings, the silhouette drawings, even the leaves here and the description, taking notes of everything. That goes a long way. Once again, Thomas Kinkade and a little bit of Gurney. I have never seen this before from Gurney. Beautiful, beautiful work. I love drawing animals, going to the zoo as this one. I've been there multiple times. Natural History Museum. I also love to sketch at natural history museums. Landscape, a natural landscape, clouds. You can learn from all of those. This is a beautiful painting by James Gurney as well. I don't know what material is this. Is this watercolor? No, it's gouache on illustration board. Beautiful work, beautiful work. People, so going to concerts, either like classical music that they're going to play for a while and they're going to be sitting down, or concerts where they're standing up. James Gurney has a lot of videos doing this in his channel, so definitely check that out. Great reference as well. So yeah, more people. I'll skip some ahead, not to spoil everything, but yeah, this last chapter, it's not the last chapter, but second to last, Exploring Man-Made World. I love this drawing by Thomas Kinkade. And yeah, this is a great book. And Sketching Your Life, once again, more of a manifesto on looking at the beauty from the world, having like specialized sketchbooks. I tried to do some of that myself, and just really look out there and try to bring that to your world and to your life as well, and remember things. When you draw, you remember way more, and sharing your sketches with others and going out, sketching alone. And that's basically it. So I hope you enjoyed this book review. I hope this was inspiring both for you to buy the book as well as grab your sketchbook, your pencil, and your materials and go outside. Go experience the world through drawing. Read this. Let me know in the comments what you think of it. Let me know if you went out sketching after this. I'll do it myself. I'll read through the text to learn more from these amazing artists and get back to work. So great studies to you all. Have a great day, and we'll definitely catch up soon on other videos. Take care. Bye.